Good morning, dollies. It's early morning here in Hove, and here is the next step to make your dolly look amazing. So first of all, you need to choose the fabric for the dress, and then you need to choose the matching hair so that it matches. So here on this lovely vintage old curtains, I do encourage you to upcycle. I really think that this bright orange picks out the lovely vintage fabric there. So I'm going to do that. And this is for a friend of mine's birthday, and she really loves orange and vintage, so let's go for that. So the first step is, once you've agreed with yourself about your fabric and wool, then you find the end of the wool, wrap it, decide roughly how long her hair is going to be. This one's going to be like a hippie chick, so I want her hair to be like that. So then I measure it with my fingers, like so, and then I wind. Like a lot of dog books recommend to make a card so that you wind the wool around it, but I love a good hack. So we just want to wind around, and then, so each side of my hand is going, now notice I've only got not much wool. Each side of my hand is going to be one side of her hair, like this. So then you have to decide, right, is that going to be enough roughly? I think so. And then cut that. So, and then all we need to do is do a stitch line down there, and then we'll cut that bit there. Okay, that is the hair for the side, but then you also need the same again for the back, because it doesn't stretch over. So, and usually with the back it's slightly smaller. But actually, I've just thought of something cool. I'm going to make it bigger because I'm going to make a fringe. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to make a super cool hippie chick fringe. So we wind. See, not much left. It's really good feeling, isn't it, dollies, to get rid of old bits and bobs that you've had lying around for ages. It's really nice to get rid of them. Well, not get rid of them, but use them up. Hey. All right then. And there we have two. And with this one, because this one's going to be the back of the head, you will need to sew across there, because that front bit there is going to be the fringe. Yeah, so next bit is I'm going to sew. Right then, dollies, so we realised we have to do the face first, and then the first step in doing the face is to get your invisible pen and make a cross, so halfway along and halfway down, like that. And then the first step is going to place the eyes there, and I think, oh, am I happy with those eyes? Yes, I think I am. And just roughly draft the face. A pretty little smile. I think that's very nice. What do you think, doggy?
Very nice.
She looks happy there, and then maybe... And seriously, dollies, do not worry. I've been doing this quite a while, so I kind of know what I'm doing. Now then, let's think what eyes would look really nice. I'm going to get my pen, and I've just licked the tip there, and then I just have the feeling that maybe this colour might really make the eyes pop, but actually just doing it now, they're looking a bit yellow, aren't they? And weird. So not quite the pop I was looking for. So I'm going to take a different pen and go over it, and that's better. That's much better. There, she's looking good. Now another thing I've learned is I've got to wait for the pupils to dry because I've wet it, so then if I go over it in another pen, that's going to blur and smudge, and that's really not what we want. Next pen, pink. Now is that pink gonna go with that red? I don't think it is. That orange, I'm gonna go with red. My friend, whose doll this is for, loves to wear red lipstick, so I'm just gonna fill in the red. That's very good. So it's all very orange and red and bright. And for the filler bit, it's just, you just get the shape, and then on top of that, you're going to overline it. And there we go. And now what I'm going to do is go and hairdry it with the hairdryer so that I can overline it. I'll do that next. So dollies, I've just dried out the face with my hairdryer, and now I've got a fine liner 0.1 light brown, and I'm just going to outline. Doggy is very, very kindly holding the phone because I can't work out how to video the videos. There we go. That's a nice little smile. And next, the fine liner on the eyes. First of all, I'm using a black 0.1, and pupils go in first. I like to do them slightly to the top right. I like to do them. Pupils over there. And then make sure they're nice and round. Then the really fun bit is the eyeliner. So it goes down from there. Excellent, yeah, that's it. Down, over. See, now she looks super real, and a little tick. See, now she looks like a Maria's Doll School doll, doesn't she? Don't you, dear? Down, over, and a sleepy eye. Very nice. Isn't that cute? Do you like that, doggy?
Yes, it's lovely.
Isn't it? It's the eyeliner that makes it, doesn't it? There we go, that's that. Now I'm going to go with... I'm just trying out this colour. Let's just... With the eyebrows, what I've realised works quite well is actually the crayon. The pencil crayon works well for the eyebrows, so it's not such a... Yeah, so it's not such a severe line. So let's give that a go. I think I've done it a bit too thick there, but anyway. And because I've licked the tip of the pencil crayon, oh, that's nice. Kind of. I've licked the tip of the pencil crayon, it's overwritten the original mark. Anyway, something like that. And then I normally do an eyelid. Just draw an eyelid there. Like that. That just gives it a nice shape. So from, it's just like the letter C to there. Now, there we go. That looks a bit strange, doesn't it, with all the markings and all that. So we have to just let all of that dry. And then what I need to do to ease out the eyelid, because that looks a bit too severe there, is what I'm going to do is just take that same pen and blend it through. Just do a smoky eye. I'm just going to blend in that socket line so it's not so heavy. And then that looks like cool makeup. Like that. Yeah, that makes the eyes look nicer. Very nice. Not sure about this face actually, I'm not sure if I like it, but we'll keep going. And finally, the nostrils. So the nostrils have to be above the heart bit of the lip. Just one little hole there and one little hole there. So the proof of the pudding is going to be if when I take the invisible pen off to see if it works or not. To see. The cheeks normally make the doll look lovely as well. They make her look raggy doll. In England we call them rag dolls, not cloth dolls. But I do understand that rag dolls are also cats. So, you know, we've got a bit of a territorial conflict there. Oh, she's looking cute. She's looking cute. So that's nice. Then the next bit to do is to paint little white bits into the eye corners because that makes it look lovely. But first of all, I'm going to get rid of these lines now just by wetting it a little bit and then drying it again. Okay. Hold her there. So Dolly, something amazing's happened. I just got rid of the lines and now actually the face really works. And also I've got a blending pen here and it says BL. It says BL there. It comes in a kit. And that blending pen, do you remember earlier I wasn't happy with that extra bit of crayon that I'd done? Because it's wet, I just did it underneath like that and then it got rid of it. It's really top tip. And then where there were bits of purple, of marker tools, so there, for example, the invisible pen, you can get rid of it with the blending tool like that. So that's what I did and it was really magic and I wished I'd videoed it, but you get the idea. The next bit is a bit of white acrylic paint into the corners. You have to make sure that the actual, what am I trying to say? That the tip of the brush is going to go on where you want it. That's what I mean. Ideally, you might want to be using a brush with. See, can you see here? Mine's gone a bit. Where is it? There. It's not. You need the paint needs to be wet enough. See, now I've smudged it. So I'm going to get more paint. The paint needs to be wet enough. Can you see? Can you film a bit? Yeah. The paint needs to be wet enough, but if you have too much of a blob, because we're doing such a small scale here, if there's too much of a blob at the end of the paint, that blob is going to blob all over the doll. So let's try that again. I remember with, oh, that's really nice. Okay, so just in the tips, that's lovely, and that's what gives the life to the eyes. That's what gives the light. There. That's nice. Oh, that's really nice. Really nice, actually, isn't it? Mm. And then ideally, a little tiny bit of shade in the lip. That didn't quite work. And then ideally, and this is really hard, okay, this is really hard, a teeny little light bit in the eye as well, but that didn't work. Try that one there. Didn't really work, so I'm just going to cover that with black, but let's just go with what we've done there. And then, if you're not happy with it, that's fine. You get your black pen back. Ideally, wait a little while for it to dry. But there, for example, I went over the black line there in white, so then you just go over it again in black, like that. Go over the white bit in black, and then we've got our pupil back. So that rhymed. There we go. We'll just stop it there. Stop it there. Isn't art all about knowing when to stop? There we go. And there she is. Happy with that. There. Now that we're happy with that, aren't we? Are you happy with that? Yes, Mummy. Well, she had to say that, didn't she? Now, sorry about the needles in the head. That bit really makes me feel bad. But there we go. Yay, she was bald all along. Now then, that's the fringe bit. So we get the sticky glue. I'm going to shake it a little bit and then that's fine. And then I'm going to squeeze it along there to the fringe. To the fringe. Now, I know a lot of you dollies watch Maria's Doll School from America, don't you? And India. But in America, they call the fringe bangs, don't they? Did you know that, doggy?
No.
Yeah, they call the fringe bangs. So then all we need to do to start with is we cover the back of the head and the fringe bit there with glue. There. Then we do Maria's Doll School Innovation there. See my fingers? That looks so gorgeous and vintage, doesn't it? I love that, look. See? Where we've just glued, and then, oh, that really goes. That is fab. I love that.
Lovely.
Oh, isn't she a pretty girl? Aren't you a pretty girl? Yes, Mummy. That's really nice. And what I normally do is just hold it like that, just to set the glue.
Mm-hmm.
However, for the purposes of this tutorial, we're going to move on with the next step, which is covering over that bit. First of all, I just recommend that you glue. I mean, you could even make a hair just like that. That would look very Alice in Wonderland. But I really like covering up that side seam there. You cover that up. Make sure the glue doesn't get everywhere. Cover up that side seam. The glue goes brilliantly. I just love my camera assistant. Doggy's doing such a good job. Now the next bit of hair, do you remember we stitched it across? I actually like to do a side parting. So there, one bit's longer than the other bit. And then we are going to place the hair. See, doesn't that look brilliant? I'm going to place the hair like that. And then we need to make sure that it covers the side seam. So once again, I just hold the doll. Oh no, that's a shame because we've got a loose end there. But never mind, because we can cover that up with a flower, can't we? Flower. Should we call her Flower? There we go. And that's the hair done. Next. Isn't that really cool? That's really cool. So it just goes to show you can make hair from any kind of wool. I normally use mohair because it looks more like real human hair. It looks like soft and fluffy, but this kind of hair looks more like dreadlocks or plaits. So again, it looks, people have all kinds of hair. So there is her hair. I really like that. So next bit is cut out your pattern. Actually, dollies, I just forgot to mention, that's all well and good, but then you look behind there and there's a bit of a mishmash mess going on. So the first thing we need to do is actually cut. My scissors. We need to cut the loops underneath. I normally leave the cutting, just the loops, pull the loops and cut them. And then after you've trimmed up all the bits of hair, then you can give Dolly a haircut. So just cut the hair so that it's essentially in a straightish line, like that. There we go, like that. Just move the scissors through. I think we've done all the loops. So now the back of the, you see, it ends up being quite messy, but it kind of works. It kind of works. We've got a loop there, and then we've got scraggy bit there that can be cut. Trim, 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 And there is a hippie chick with very long dolly hair. And then what I suggest to do with this bit here is just get some orange thread or get some thread and just stitch this bit here down. Just stitch it down. Hello dollies, I'm so excited. This dress pattern has worked out beautifully there, look. So remember that big load of old curtain that I showed you earlier? Here, there. You know I love to upcycle. So all that we did is we cut out the dress pattern on the bias. So that's the grain. When you cut something out on the bias, it gives it, there, can you see? Some give. Now all that we need to do is right side to right side for sewing, like so, like that. And we're going to just sew along the sewing lines here, here, here and here. Okay. Hello dollies, I'm so excited. This dress pattern has worked out beautifully there, look. So remember that big load of old curtain that I showed you earlier? Here, there. You know I love to upcycle. So all that we did is we cut out the dress pattern on the bias. So that's the grain. When you cut something out on the bias, it gives it, there, can you see? Some give. Now all that we need to do is right side to right side for sewing, like so, like that. And we're going to just sew along the sewing lines here, here, here and here. Okay. Hello dollies, and now we have stitched the dress. See, look, I've done that slightly wrong. That's a bit thicker than that one, but never mind, because I'm not a perfectionist, so that's good. And now all that we have to do, I don't know if I can do this with one hand, because I haven't got a camera holder. But let me just put the camera down. So dollies, what we're doing now, what I'm doing now, sorry to put you down like that. There we go. There we go. I've turned the dress inside out. How cool is that? And you know what's the magical lucky thing? Because I've used curtain fabric, we've actually got a really lovely edge. It's got, because it's probably backed with something, this fabric. So look, you don't even need to hem it. All that we need to do is iron, press those seams down. So I'm going to do that next. So look, Dolly, look how gorgeous that is looking. Isn't that looking so brilliant? Yay, I love my new dress.
Put it more in the middle, Nanny, then.
Put it more in the middle. Okay. I've got Doggy to help me with filming. Much better than trying to do it myself. So what we need to do now is, if you can focus on this bit, we've got some raw edges here. Excellent, thanks. We've got some raw edges here, armhole, neck hole and hem. Now you can either choose to blanket stitch those, or you can fold it back and hand stitch them. You can finish it off beautifully if you want to, or you can do it the cheat way. Yay! We like cheating, don't we, dollies? Yay! It's another life hack. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the glue. First of all, I've got some PVA and I'm just gluing. I know, I remember how I did it now. You get some PVA on your finger. That's what you do. That's what you do. And what I did first is I'm just sticking down. It's a bit of a fiddle. But the theory goes, there you go, there's that seam. So I'm first of all going to glue down those shoulder seams like so. So that's nice and flat. And then, and that's the only seam that we need to worry about. Shoulder seam, shoulder seam. Today is Monday and I wish everyone the best week of your lives. May this week be so bestest. Don't you think so, doggy?
Yes, Dolly.
Yes. So there, that's that. that's those shoulder seams. More or less, it's not wanting to play there. It's not playing and it's not sticking, but you get the idea. You know, I'm trying to make this all-in-one, make a doll all-in-one video, so I don't want it to last like a feature-length film. That's why I'm trying.
You could just use a bulldog clip on it, couldn't you, to hold it there?
Bulldog clip, what a brilliant idea from fellow hobby crafter, my hubby. And then here you go. Here's the lovely life hack of how to make that hemline. So if you're not really that into sewing, you do that. And even a little bit of raw edges, I think, looks nice. A little bit more PVA. Polyvinyl acetate for those science lovers. And there we go, you see. And what it's doing is it's creating a lovely plastic edge, isn't it, on there. And then after that, I'm just going to blast it with the hairdryer to dry it, because I want you to see how fabulous that's going to look. Okay, final bit. Now, of course, I need to do the hem as well. Don't forget the hem. Like that. Like that. And then once it's dried, you can just go around with your scissors and just trim up that edge so that you get a nice straight edge. That's another lovely thing to do. If you want to, on the hem, you can actually hem this bit because there's enough fabric. But because I love the clean edge of this lovely curtain thick fabric, this upholstery fabric, I'm just gonna leave that edge as it is. Work with what is. Let's work with what is, not with what isn't. How about that for a bit of dolly wisdom? There we go, and all done. Don't worry about the white bits because it dries clear. And that is dolly done. It's dolly done. I'm going to create like this worldwide global phenomenon hashtag and say that's dolly done, and only we dollies will understand what that is. There you go. So I'm just going to dry it with a hairdryer, and she has a fabulous dress. Thank you very much. Yay! How'd you like me now? How'd you like me now? Isn't she gorgeous? What do you think, doggy?
Lovely, beautiful girl, isn't she?
I'm so super cool, she says. Now, dollies, watch out for that pipe cleaner, because look what I found. If you come in a little bit, doggy, the pipe cleaner has grown claws. Now, we don't want little children or big children's getting cut, so I'm just going to cut that off. And there we go, and tuck her little hand back over it. So because we stuff them with pipe cleaners, take care about that. And doggy has just told me that she needs shoes, don't you? Don't you need shoes, little girl? That's cute as well, isn't it? So let's make shoes. First of all, dollies, you are going to decide what kind of shoe shape you would like. And I personally think that dollies like to wear little shoes like that, sort of ballet slipper shoes. What do you think, doggy? Do you think that?
Agree.
Do you agree? Great. So you get your pen. Take care. Make sure that the front and back of the shoes. She's got lovely lollipop feet. There's the shoe. There's the shoe. And just make sure that the sidey bits join. That's the bit to consider there. Make sure you consolidate the two parts like that. Now, dollies, if you have old pots of nail varnish, that is a great idea to paint nail varnish for the feet, for the shoes. It works really well. For now, I think it was Doggy's suggestion, wasn't it, to do blue shoes to match the blue there. So I've got my felt tip pen, and this is so quick and easy. This is brilliant. You can even do knickers with this technique as well. Look how brilliant and quick and easy that is. You colour in the shoes. And of course, you dollies can now buy this pattern from Maria's Doll School, and you will get your dolly body pattern, and you will get the bias dress pattern all in one easy download for just £3 British, which is the amount of money that you need to spend if you are going to buy a coffee in a very posh place. You know, in a more kind of fancy latte with all the trimmings will cost you about £3 here. So that's how much dolly costs. There, isn't she fab? And I don't know why.
I know what I'd rather have.
What would you rather have, doggy?
Dolly.
You'd rather have a dolly, exactly. And that would look really good as well, isn't it? Just stitch those little... Oh, that's actually really cute, isn't it? Stitch the little...
That's nice.
The thing is, I need to have two, and I don't know if I've got two blue ones, you see. I don't. Oh, no, what are we going to do? We've got... I mean, I don't know, would that go, doggy? Not really. No? Needs to be the blue. I'll need to go and buy. Dollies, while we're here, let's make her some knickers, because I don't know why, but everyone always looks up their dresses for whatever reason. People always do, so sorry, darling. But let's just do this. So again, draw a knicker shape like that and like that. And like we did for the shoes, make sure that the side bits match like that and like that. And of course it would have been easier to have done the knickers before we put the dress on. Oh yeah, and the thing about the dress, it's actually quite difficult to put on because I didn't put a back fastening, I didn't put a back opening on the dress. Just to make it easier, but what I did is, I grabbed hold of the arms and I pulled them through with the tongs. So that's how I did it. But if you want to put a back fastening on the dress, go ahead and do that so that you can make your dolly different dresses and change her clothes more. This is more just as a one-off sort of display doll, like she mainly lives in that dress. But if you do want to make a back fastening for your dolly's dress, you will add a 1 centimetre seam allowance. Here we're going to learn pattern cutting, dollies. You're going to add a centre back, and you're going to add a 1 centimetre seam allowance, and then you will overlap and put poppers on the back of the dress, and you will create an opening. That's how you do that. Or if you're lazy like me, do it all in one go. There you go, there's her knickers. And we're all decent, we're good to go. Something else I really like to do with knickers is just to do a little pattern with the pen. So you can do this if you want to as well. This is really fun. So I'm gonna get a 0.1. Just to show you what I mean, and
do a frilly bit.
Do a frilly bit, and it doesn't have to be neat and tidy. It just looks really good, doesn't it? Just do a wiggle frilly bit, and then doesn't that really look like knickers then? Or if you're watching in America, I think you call them panties. Which sounds very funny to us, doesn't it, doggy?
Yes.
Panties. Pantyhose. There we go. So look, little frilly knickers. Frilly knickers. And you see it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long at all to do, and it just looks really good. I don't know if you follow my Instagram, but my boudoir Betty is made in this technique. Right, now. There she is. She's got knickers. Oh, you're lovely and decent. That's really pretty. I'm just going to do 2 side seams on the knickers like that. That looks nice, doesn't it?
Lovely.
That looks more like proper 1950s knickers. There we go. And then she's got her shoes. We're going to go to the shop and buy her another blue rose for the shoe there. But you can even outline the shoes if you want to. I'm not going to now. Another nice thing to do is just put a ribbon around the crossbar there. And there we have it. And if you will just wait 1 second, I'll go and get the printout. This is what you will get if you download the pattern. Look how organised I am. Look at that. So you will get, there she is, look. There's Cloth Dolly. There's her dress. And you can have that for £3, which is amazing. Or if you want step-by-step instructions with photos, if you're a visual learner like me, then download the Make a Doll book, and it's got everything in it with photo instructions. Okay, yay, thank you.